So today our group is introducing basic concepts and ideas of Buddhism, a very well-known religion. Buddhism is one of the largest religions with 375 million followers. As you can see on this map, Buddhism is extremely dominant throughout Asia, especially Southeast Asia region. The religion is named after the word Buddhi, which further means awaken. It has its origin about 2500 years ago when Siddhartha Gautama, known as Buddha, was himself awakened or enlightened at the age of 35. Buddhism is a non-theistic religion since no gods are worshipped.
The history of Buddhism spans from the 5th century BC to the present. Buddhism arose in the northern India by a person named Siddhartha Gautama. Although he had an easy life, Gautama was moved by sufferings in the world. Then he decided to give up his lavish lifestyle as a prince and endure poverty. When this didn't fulfill him, he promoted the idea of the middle way, which means existing between two extremes. After 6 years of searching, Buddhists believe Gautama had found enlightenment while meditating under a Bodhi tree. He spent the rest of his life teaching others about how to achieve this spiritual state.
After Buddha passed away in the 3rd century BC, Ashoka the Great, the Mauryan Indian emperor, made Buddhism the state religion of India. Over the next few centuries, Buddhism began to spread beyond India. Thoughts and philosophies of Buddhists became diverse. During the time of the Ashoka reign, trade routes were opened through southern India. From there, some of the merchants using these roads were Buddhists who took their religion with them. Buddhism entered Sri Lanka during this time, the place where they convert the ruler of the country to a Buddhist. Then, Buddhism crossed the sea into the Myanmar and then the Southeast Asian countries. Up north, Buddhism also spread into China during the Han Dynasty. The first Buddhist missionaries accompanied merchant caravans that traveled using the Silk Road. With much resistance, Buddhism still managed to build a solid presence in China towards the fall of the Han Dynasty. Continuing the route, the religion spread eastward into the country of Korea and Japan.
The basic doctrines of early Buddhism includes the Four Noble Truths. They are human life has a lot of suffering. The cause of suffering is greed. There is an end to suffering. And lastly, the way to end suffering is to follow the middle path. There is no God in Buddhism. However, it is believed that Siddhartha Gautama, who has achieved enlightenment, is considered to be a Buddha. Buddhists believe in a cycle of death and rebirth called samsara. It is thought that through karma and eventual enlightenment, people hope to escape samsara and achieve nirvana, a state of enlightenment. It is also thought that depending on the actions performed in previous lives, rebirth could be as a human or animal or even ghosts. Being born as a human is seen by Buddhists as a rare opportunity to work towards escaping the cycle of samsara. Human existence, in Buddhist view, is nothing more than a composite of 5 aggregates, or khandhas, which are physical forms, feelings, ideations, mental formations, and consciousness. In Buddhism, it is thought that a proper way to live is through good actions. Buddhists hope to either gain enlightenment or to ensure a better future for themselves. Good actions will result in a better rebirth, while bad actions will have the opposite effect.
Buddhists have many sacred texts and scriptures. Some of the most important are the ones listed below. Each Buddhist sub-tradition has its own Tipitaka for its monasteries, written by its Sangha. In 3 parts or baskets of teaching, Tipitaka holds an important role in Buddhism because its words guide the monks as well as its practitioners on how to behave with each other and within the society. The Book of the Deaf is written by Padmahasambhava, a Buddhist master from the Indian subcontinent. This Tibetan text basically describes the stages of death in detail. Next up, Zen Buddhism is a text written by D.T. Suzuki, a Japanese author of books and essays on Buddhism. The text describes the belief that afterlife cannot be explained by words and logic, as they are expected to be experienced and comprehended through an involved spiritual pursuit. Similar to the Book of Death, these 2 books are used as a way of teaching and promotion for Buddhist belief and on certain matters.
Most of the Buddhist monks wear saffron robes like the picture here. Worshippers may sit on the floor barefoot facing an image of Buddha and chanting. Buddhist funeral rites are conducted on the morning of the burial ceremony. For birth and marriage ceremonies, there are no general birthright or wedding obligations across the Buddhist world. People, however, can invite Buddhist monks to pray for the blessings of their children or their fortune in life as married couples.
Buddha's birthday is known as Vesak. It is one of the major festivals of the year. It is celebrated on the first full moon day in May. or the fourth lunar month. This celebration is to honor Buddha, an important figure in the development of Buddhism. On this day, devout Buddhists and followers alike assemble in various temples before dawn for the ceremonial with singing of hymns in praise of the holy triple gem, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Devotees may bring simple offerings of flowers, candles, and joss sticks to lay at the feet of their teacher. They also refrain from killing any kind and are encouraged to partake of the vegetarian food cycle for the day.
Prayer bowls and gao box are some of the holy items in Buddhism. With an ornate handle forming into a curved bell, the patterns on the golden bell are complex and unyielding, representing the complexity of the religion. Their sound is meant to symbolize the voice of the Buddha and is rung to evoke protection from the deities. The gao box is an amulet usually made from silver, which is used to hold an image of the Buddha made from metal or clay. Usually the gao box is used during prayer to ward off evil spirits and bring about the Buddha's blessing. There are five main symbols of Buddhism. The parasol or umbrella represents protection from suffering, while the two golden fish is luck and fortune. The lotus flower symbolizes how we rise from suffering, and the vase basically means the showering of health, wealth, and enlightenment. The last symbol is the Dharma wool, which is also called the Dharma chakra and is often used to represent the Buddha himself. It has also universally become the symbol of Buddhism. The Dharma wheel has 8 spokes, which represent Buddha's Eightfold Path.
There are numerous different schools and sects of Buddhism since there are many philosophies and interpretations within Buddhism, making it a tolerant and evolving religion as it gradually scatters around. Two of the largest are Theravada Buddhism, which is most popular in Southeast Asia, and Mahayana Buddhism, which is strongest in the other part of Asia. And both of these are share the same core values and devotion to the life and teaching of Buddha. They do have some differences. Theravada promotes the concept of teaching of analysis. This suggests that the seeker should gain insights from his own personal experience, application of knowledge, and critical reasoning. On the other hand, the Mahayana promotes the idea of an aspirant or a seeker should not just seek personal enlightenment, but rather than enlightenment of all beings. I hope you enjoy our presentation.
What?